My next client was Jamie, and I did exactly the same health monitoring tests on him as I did to George, and now I'm just going to analyse his results. So when doing Jamie's BMI, I found he got a score of 19.1, which was at the very bottom end of the healthy weight category, almost down into underweight. So from that, immediately that's worrying and tells me he needs to put on some body fat and start gaining some weight, as with his age and his size, he's going to be at risk of sort of injuring himself, as he hasn't got any muscle or body fat to sort of protect him from impact or anything like that. So he really needs to put on some weight and bring that BMI up into healthy weight, so it's, you know, not really much of a worry anymore. So that'd be my first thing. I found out he's also got high blood pressure, but from the health questionnaire it told me that's probably down to the fact he smokes quite heavily and drinks 3 or 4 times a week. So that's going to put stress on his heart, as obviously there's not going to be able to get as much blood and oxygen around. He's also does little, if any, aerobic exercise. All he said he does in the questionnaire is walking his dog sort of 3-4 times a week for only 20 minutes at a time, which isn't really enough. So he's at risk of heart disease there at a very young age, as he's only 24. So to him, you know, he really needs to start trying to improve that and bring his blood pressure down, because that's also quite a worrying result. The next test was looking at his hip to waist ratio, and as I said, he's very skinny and he got a really low score, and that's because there was only a slight difference between his hip measurement and his waist measurement, which is bad, as there is supposed to be, you know, an obvious difference. So he needs to start building up muscle and putting on a little bit of body fat to try and improve that score. The final test was his peak flow, and he got a very low score for that for his height and age. It was 80 points below what it should have been, which shows me he's got a reduced lung function due to the amount of cigarettes he smokes, and he's got a very low lung capacity due to the fact he does virtually no exercise, which is also very worrying, because with all these things, you know, underweight but with high blood pressure and a low peak flow, it's all really worrying, and he is heading towards serious health problems like heart disease or a stroke even with these scores. So for his future activities, I would obviously suggest that he reduces the amount he smokes a day and the amount he drinks in a week, and after a few weeks, if he agrees to that, we should start to see his blood pressure coming down back into the normal readings of 120/80. Another way to bring his blood pressure down is to increase his aerobic activity of at least an hour a day every day, and also increase the amount of fruit and veg he eats to improve on his healthy diet, as at the minute he only eats 1 or 2 pieces a day. He also needs to build up some muscle, as I said previously, as we're in close to the underweight category and he's got a very low hip to waist score. But he can do that just simply by eating more protein, more meats, more carbohydrates a day, and he should start to see an improvement in that. And as I said, if he agrees to drink and smoke less and take up more exercise of an hour a day every day, his blood pressure will come down, and that will reduce his risk of heart disease and stroke. And once he sort of starts to improve his diet and his healthy lifestyle, he could start going to the gym and just simply begin with bodyweight exercises, press-ups, sit-ups, really low resistance to sort of build up his muscles and give him the foundation to then maybe start using the weights or doing more intense exercises, as at the minute he does no exercise, and if we go straight into it, it could make him really ill. If he doesn't want to do that, we could just get him on a treadmill, on a static bike, or just maybe going for runs when he takes the dog out instead of walking. And that will really help to improve his lifestyle, bring his weight up to normal, reduce his blood pressure, and really reduce the risk of him having any serious health problems.